All right, I think we're live on here. So I'm going to be going over the top 10 micro niches that have a proven 10K monthly recurring revenue potential. I'm calling this the 2026 edition. I'm going to be showing you this right here. I'll be down in the corner with you going through this, but essentially what we're going to be doing is going over these different niches, okay? So all these are backed up by practical examples, by practical Skool paths. So if you like this, let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions as we go through this, go ahead and do that. But let's go ahead and dive right in. So, most people who want an online business, the big problem they have is they can't pick a niche. They overthink everything. They freeze up if they even do choose something. And then the worst part is they bounce from idea to idea and they never start. So obviously it's hard to have a successful online business if this is the case, if this is what you're dealing with. So I get it, right? I totally get it. It's not that you're stupid, okay? You're definitely smart enough to do this. It's not that you're not capable of doing this, okay? It's just a fact of, you're drowning in a ton of options. Okay, there's tons of options out there for people to do this stuff. And then you don't know which one gets you paid the fastest. And a lot of people, that's what they're trying to do. I wouldn't want that for you. I don't want you to, be going at this and be just trying to rush it. But a lot of times that's the case. And I just want you to know that it's not your fault, right? Nobody really teaches this very clearly. So I get it, okay? I totally get it. And, the other thing here is today I'm going to be giving you some real clarity on this, okay? I'm going to give you 10 proven micro niches that you can start on Skool. Okay, Skool is the platform we're going to be talking about a lot here, just because it gives you every single, and this isn't like I'm not, working with Skool. This is not like some Skool affiliated type thing. We've had a lot of success on Skool. We're top 1% creator on Skool, and I just like Skool for people that want an online business because it has all the tools wrapped into one thing, okay? The other thing I'm going to give you in this is proof that real businesses are actually doing these top 10 niches, okay? So I think one of the biggest problems, and the reason I'm really doing this is one of the big problems people have is they don't know what niche to go into, right? It's always like, I don't know what my niche is. I don't know what I'm going to offer. And so I just want to make sure that you have that. That's the core of this. I'm also going to show you how it works with Skool. So as we go over these top 10 niches, you're going to know how they work with Skool. I'm even going to show you how much you can charge for a monthly recurring price. And then I'm going to give you the top 3 beginners that you can go win with the fastest, okay? So pretty cool. It's going to be a great, great little stream here. The next thing is, once you see these niches all laid out, you're going to have some of this decision fogging going away, okay? A lot of people they just can't make a decision. They see things, they see that there's, capabilities, but they just don't choose, okay? And if you don't make a decision, you're going to be in trouble. So your brain, you're basically going to switch from I don't know what to do to I know what I'm going to start doing here today. Okay, this should help you get through a lot of this fog that you're having. Okay, and this really is going to shift everything, because once you get your mind wrapped around what this can be and what this can do, you'll totally change. Right? So focus is going to get you to create a decision, and decisions are what actually get you these results. Okay. So we're going to go through this. We're going to start getting into this. And by the end of this live stream, you should be able to know your niche. Whoops, let me get this thing acts a little crazy sometimes. You'll be able to know what your niche is. You should know the path that you're going to be on. You should know what your next steps are. And you'll know how to turn this into a recurring income, okay? So I'm going to keep it real simple here. I'm not going to be... there's no jargon, there's no goofy stuff. We're just going to go through this and be real about it, all right? So the first one that is, again, these are the top 10 niches that can do a $10,000 per month monthly recurring revenue. That's the potential they have. So this first one, okay, the first one is AI automation for small businesses. So there's businesses buying this stuff up like crazy right now, okay? It's a pretty popular niche. There's agencies that are already hitting 50K a month MRR. There's a guy that teaches people how to do this that got to 400,000 on Skool, okay? Nick Sariv, I believe is his name. But these companies, these AI automations, this stuff is dominating. I mean, people, you think about these businesses, these brick and mortar businesses, they have no clue how to set this stuff up. They have no idea. So you can get in here and do a done with you or a done for you type business. Okay. So on Skool, you would have these weekly automation drops. You'd have a template library for your clients, and you could do live build out workshops. Okay. Essentially teaching small businesses. And a lot of times you wouldn't even be working with the business owner. You might work with somebody that helps them in this case. I had an agency and I worked a lot of times with their marketing staff, right? They had people hired for marketing, and that's what would happen, right? And you can charge $99 a month for this. And if you look at it, just 100 members, okay? There's millions of businesses just in the US, tons of brick and mortar businesses that have no clue how to actually use this stuff. And you could, just with 100 members at $99 a month, that's $9,900 a month recurring, okay? So I think that this is, one of the top 3 fastest growing online niches globally. You can just see it too. I mean, obviously, it's kind of like when the internet came out. A lot of businesses didn't know how to use the internet. A lot of businesses didn't know how to get onto the internet. And so you being able to help them do that is huge. So that's a good niche there. Okay, our next one here is tool-specific training, okay? I did really well with this, okay? It was obvious why this is a good one. People don't know how to use these tools now, and the cool thing about a business like this, if you started a school like this, okay, is with this school-specific training, there's always new tools coming out. For instance, a lot of people don't know how to use ChatGPT. I know people that have made millions of dollars teaching people how to use Microsoft Excel. So if you go, Notion creators right now, look at this. I went out and found this stuff, right? This is like real world stuff. There are people that are just teaching people how to use this Notion here. Okay, I'm not going to talk about what these tools are. You can go look them up and research them, but I just put some of them up here that are, pretty powerful right now. But for instance, like this one here, Notion, okay, there's people making 40 grand a month doing this, just teaching people how to use Notion for their business, how to be organized. There's things like Zapier, Power BI, there's Descript, okay? Starter Story, which is a YouTube channel on YouTube, obviously. They have dozens of tool training creators that they've studied that are all doing 10 grand a month and more, okay? So this is a proven niche. This is a proven thing. If you show people how to use tools that help them grow their business, help them have, more weight loss, help them have better relationships, help them with their finances, obviously this is going to do really well for you, okay? You basically would have a course on that tool. You'd get recurring monthly updates, and then you would have stable MRR because people are going to want to get updated with the tool. One thing about it is when people start using a tool, they want to just use the tool, but they don't want to have to think about all the stuff that's coming and getting updated on and da-da-da-da. This is how you do it. I used to help martial arts business owners, and they didn't know how to use ClickFunnels. They didn't know how to use funnels in general. They didn't know how to use these tools. They didn't know how to do Facebook ads. And so I showed them how to use those tools together to get more martial arts students, and that was my first 7-figure business. But you could charge $59 a month to these businesses, and you could show them how to use Notion. You could show them how to use ChatGPT to come up with ideas for their business. I think of companies like people that do like construction. Okay, these people that are on contractors, construction. I'm thinking of these businesses that are not using really any tech, and they have no clue how much they're leaving on the table because of it. So you could go out there, just 170 members is 10K MRR. So think about that, right? How many of these just brick and mortar, like, mom and pop places that have no idea that these tools exist? A lot of these companies all companies want to raise their, income. Okay. If they knew that they could put up one video a week using AI tools and using these different types of tools that are out there, that they could do it simply, them paying you $59 a month, they might be making an extra $1,000, $2,000, $10,000 a month. Okay. And there's room to grow. So, as you build these things, just know that what I'm talking about now, you can build like your low ticket items, your mid ticket items, and your high ticket items. But what we're talking about here is just getting started, okay? Picking a niche and actually going into it and getting it done, okay? So there's that. And, the micro expert tool communities, these things make big money, okay? If people don't know how to do something, they can't do it. So this integrates perfect with Skool as well, okay? The next one here is short form content systems for local businesses. Now, we've been talking about this already a little bit here, but I had a friend of mine, he, as I was building and working with, I had an agency, and he's like, oh man, and I was like, listen, if you help people do short form content or just any kind of video, you would crush it. I'm like, it's one of the biggest struggles people have is getting their content edited, getting the content even created. So if you could be like a strategist, if you could help them do short form content, long form content, it doesn't just have to be short form here. You could do long form as well, okay? But the key here is these places, they have no clue. They're good at whatever they're doing. Maybe they do furniture or something like that, right? Or maybe they like I said, construction and stuff like that. They have no clue how to do this stuff. But if you can go out there and do that, there's huge potential. There's creators out there right now. They're just the modern day agency helping people with short form content. A lot of people that are trying to do an online business, they see stuff like this and they're like, oh, I don't think, I could do that. It's saturated, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, that's the big thing I'm talking about. If you just have 100 people giving you $100 a month, do the math on that, okay? We think like crazy, right? We think we get our heads too wrapped up in all these like little excuses of why we can't do it. But if you can just help local service professionals, okay, they're begging literally for content help. I have a huge community of people and they're always like, where should I get somebody to help me do short form content? Where can I get somebody that's actually good? I'm willing to pay them. And they're willing to pay like a lot more than what we're talking about here. But you could charge people $79 a month, and you could show them the system. You could show them how to do the content, the short form content. And then, as I said, like I've been talking about, this could just be your entry product, right? So here you're charging $75 or $79 a month. Just 127 members, that's 10K a month MRR. Now, you could say, now, this is how to do it yourself. So this is do it yourself level. Okay, you can, done with you could be charging maybe $200 a month. Okay, then if you want done for you, this is where you would charge, maybe 2K or 5K per month. Okay, and it stacks really quick. Okay, it stacks really, really quick. And you can use Skool for all of this stuff, all right? It makes it really simple for you. You don't have to know any kind of tech stuff, nothing like that. So this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar underserved niche. I mean, as businesses get online, as the internet progresses, as AI makes things more seamless, more automated, people are going to need help in all these different ways, right? So getting out there, knowing the weekly content templates, giving them some group coaching, giving them accountability challenges. People really, really, truly need help with this. We've got really big communities on Skool, and this is one of the biggest problems they have. Like, we talk every week, and we're like, what's the biggest problem you think people are having? I said, man, 100% with content. It's totally content. You know, people have trouble making content. If you're watching right now, let me know down in the chat, what is your biggest struggle with online business? Do you struggle with content as well? Okay, just let me know that. Okay, so short form content. This is the next one. Okay, this is a really good one. I still think this is one of the better opportunities out there. Any kind of short form or long form content strategy, helping people, editing, these things. Okay, next one is freelance skills. Okay, freelance skills. So it's insane. There's this Proofreading Anywhere, 200 grand per month. Like, I was so shocked when I seen this. I was like, what? 200 grand a month, you know, for proofreading, teaching proofreading? Insane. You know, all these freelance skills, you can pick evergreen skills, okay? You can pick, you know, at the end of the day, like, I have people that teach people wood carving. I have people that teach people how to get a pilot's license, how to study for a test to get into a medical exam type, or get it a medical license. There's people that teach people how to, you know, skip past a bunch of the junior college stuff and just jump right into the top tier stuff. There's people that I have that teach other people how to get their kids into top colleges for sports. There's people, you name it, any type of thing like this, you're gonna crush it. Okay, people want results. Okay, people want support. People need job leads, and it's the perfect recurring model. You can charge $49 a month. 205 members is 10K MRR. And at the end of the day, you're basically finding these skill levels that people are searching for. And when you have ChatGPT, you can literally like save so much time, and you can validate so quickly all the things that you need to validate to prove if it's worth your time. Okay, if it's worth your time to pursue helping people with this, ChatGPT will tell you what to charge. There's no real excuse on, you know, well, how do I find these skills that I can monetize? And you don't even have to be the expert. They've already proven that curators, people that can go out and gather the information, they actually make 10 times more than the actual experts themselves, because these people are going out and finding what's working and bringing it back and organizing it and helping people skip through the whole process. So this is huge. Okay, it's a really big thing. It really makes a big, huge difference if you can just take and curate over being the expert. Okay, curate over being the expert. People overthink this so much too, by the way. I see so many people out here. If you can see, I'll change the screen view here. But I'm up here in this high rise. And if you see, I don't know if you can see quite down there, but there's just cars constantly, right? We're here in downtown Dallas. And it's insane. All of these people, they're, you know, experts at things, or they're, you know, they're having to like do this 9-to-5 thing. And I'm not against the 9-to-5 thing, okay? I know people that make a lot of money 9 to 5. What I'm trying to say is there's a lot of people that they would rather take half the money or the same money and not have to go to a place every day. And this isn't a difficult thing. The only way you're making this money anyway is if you're helping somebody get from point A to point B. Okay, you can't even see the screen here. Okay, but if you just help people get from point A to point B, they'll give you the money. Okay, if it's a point B that they want to get to. Okay, you're just solving that problem. Okay, there's people that are in a current situation. Okay, we'll call this point A, where they have this problem that they're trying to solve. It might be something very simple. Okay, it might be something as easy as, you know, how to get a driver's license in another country, or you know, how do I get my pilot's license, or, you know, how do I do XYZ? How do I start a Pilates studio online? How do I teach Pilates online? How do I use a camera? You know, if you could see what's on the other side of me here, there's like all this camera gear stuff, like how I'm switching between these like different screens and stuff. People want to know how to do that. Okay, that's their point B. That's their desired situation. right? And there's just steps to get there. And you could teach them those steps inside a Skool for $49 a month, because they're trying to get there and they're having trouble. They're running into a wall. If you can get them over that wall and get them over here faster, easier, better, they'll give you money. And they'll give you recurring money to keep making them better. You can earn more than you do at a job. You can have your own hours, because that's the real thing. You're still going to have to work. It's just the way you get to work. You get to choose the hours you get to work. You get to choose who you get to work with. Okay? So freelance skills, proofreading, editing, using ChatGPT, helping people go through this stuff, helping elderly people figure out the internet. Okay? I mean, you know how many small little brick and mortar businesses, they don't even know how to use Facebook to put their business online still in 2025? This is a perfect opportunity for you, right? Again, it's that, got a problem here, you're going to get them here. And if they're paying you, let's say $49 a month to learn how to do this, just think about that. If you have 100 people giving you $49 a month, 100 businesses out of the tens of millions of businesses in the United States, if you get 100 businesses to give you $49 a month, and you're just helping these antique stores or these little watch stores get online and just showing them how to do that, that's $4,900 a month. You're working from wherever you want to work, okay, wherever you got your computer, and you're earning this income. Like, just really think about this, okay? Just really, really, truly think about it. So all I'm trying to do is get you to shift your mindset here. Okay, so another one is, another niche is fitness and health systems, okay? Especially, a hybrid style where you're kind of doing it with them and a digital style, okay? Make one sauce, I'm learning so much. Thanks, man. I see you, Matthew. What's up, brother? Yeah, man, you're gonna crush it. So, and if you have any questions, just let me know, okay? So small niche fitness programs. I literally was getting dinner the other night, and I had a gal come up to me, and she was like, she's really into Pilates, and she had worked for a or I don't know if it was a tech startup or just a tech business, right? And she's like, it was incredible to me to see how many people, it didn't know the tech stuff. And I was like, yeah, no, I totally get it. And she goes, I just want to teach Pilates studios how to set up and teach Pilates online. Like, a lot of them are missing out on this, and you don't need equipment, you don't need that kind of stuff. And she's like, it's just a great opportunity. And a lot of these companies, they only have a few sessions throughout the day. They could do another few sessions online. I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. So there's these small fitness niche programs. They're hitting 10 to 100 grand monthly recurring revenue. Okay, 200 to 500 members. Health is evergreen, okay? It's not going out of style anytime soon, as long as there's living, breathing humans. And then the AI fitness planning tools, they're also exploding, okay? And you can use small little apps, like if you go to Lovable, okay? Lovable is what they call like a vibe coding. So it's basically like you can create an app without having to be an app creator. So I was even talking to her about this. I was like, you know what? You could get these, you could go to like Lovable, and I said, you could create a small app that these Pilates people could use, the Pilates studio owners could use to teach Pilates online. It could be something where their people log into. And I said, you could charge a small little fee for that, $20 a month, $19 a month. Plus, they might be paying you, anywhere from $50 to $80 a month just to learn how to do this. And at 150, 200 members, you're hitting that 10K MRR. Okay, so you could give them weekly challenges. You could do meal plan templates with them, community support. But more than anything, you could take it to the business to business level, where you're helping these, different health places. They already have money. They already understand business. You could be helping them actually go and make more money and get more students. That play worked, okay? That's what got me to my first 7 figures. So personalized AI fitness is flooding the market. People will pay for community plus accountability, and you can teach these companies how to actually do this as well. So don't just think to the, just don't just think like business to consumer, okay? You can teach businesses how to use these tools as well. And I think that's the bigger play for a lot of people. They don't realize that, these companies are actually going to need a lot of help with this stuff. That, there's, like I said, tens of millions of businesses just in the United States. They have no clue how to use freaking AI. And my big thing is if you can get 1,000 people to give you $3 a day, that's over $1 million a year recurring. Okay. This isn't get rich quick. This isn't, do nothing and make money, but these are real valid ideas. These are the top 10 like niches that I went out and researched that are going to do well. And you could be a part of them and make it happen. Okay. Hey Mike, what does a school growth operator actually do in the low ticket niche to justify 30% revenue share? Okay. That's a good question. Let me pop back over here. So if you're talking about, when you say school, does a school a growth operator actually do? So are you talking about you owning the school, or are you talking about you going and helping other schools operate? Clarify that for me first, and then I'll help you with the other one. Okay, so okay, tell me which one it is. Do you own the school yourself, or are you helping school owners operate? Just let me know down in the comments, and then I can help you. Okay? Until then, we'll just keep moving on here until Fun Frame. Let me know which one so I can help you. Okay? All right. Oh, okay. Got it. Excuse me. So you help them operate. All right. So how are you? Give me an example. I just need some more information to help you here. Give me an example of a school that you're helping right now, or what are you doing? Are you charging them a one-time fee for a certain amount of time? Are you charging them a monthly operating expense? What are you doing with them there? Help me understand more. Give me an example of what you're doing so I can help you, because you saying that you operate, you're helping them operate in the low ticket niche, justify 30% revenue share. I mean, first off, they're going to need some different levels. They're either when you say low ticket, I also need to understand, their price. But, if somebody's charging $30 a month and you're trying to ask for, $10 out of that $30, I mean, maybe you can cut that deal, but I don't know. The good thing about having a digital product is that, there is high margin, but just out of the gate here, one thing is they're either going to have to, charge more or have upsells in the back end, right? Or they're going to have to just decide they want to take, 70% out of $30 or whatever it is. Or if you're talking low ticket, I would say if you really want to be able to operate like that, then I would say that you would need to help them justify and strategize to get more money per customer. Okay, I want to work with teachers here in Morocco. The community is $70 a year. Oh boy. Okay. The funnel is YouTube to school plus meta ads. PS, just want to make $10K per month. Okay. So here's a question that I have for you. Why not just, instead of being an operator for these schools, why not have your own school? Okay. So let's look at it like this. Going to target the masses. Yeah, I would challenge that sort of thinking, okay? So, first off, you shouldn't be scared to charge any kind of money as long as you can justify it, okay? Let me put back on the screen here. Let me actually pull up a little window here so that we can we can chat here about that. Okay, okay, and then let me get me a white little pad here we can tap, we can talk on. Here, hold on a second. Kind of new with this iPad thing. Just give me a second. Let me just shut these off real quick. I should have had a little white pad prepared, but I didn't. So, okay, let me pull up one here real quick for you. Okay, so can you see the scribbles here? Okay, going to target the masses. You guys should be able to see this now. Okay, so here's what I would say for you. Like, why don't you just own your own school? Okay, you can start out for $9 a month yourself, and then you own the thing. And if you're helping to operate these things for teachers, why not just create your own school and teach? So there's three ways to do this. You could teach, you could do done with you, and then you could do done for you if you wanted. Okay, so this is kind of like do it yourself. Now, check this out, okay? And I'll read what you just put in here, okay? But why don't you own your own school, and why don't you teach, and show these teachers how to do this, and why don't you charge, I don't care what you charge, but why not just charge $49 a month? Okay? Like, that's what I would do. Like, start there, and then if you want, you can scale this thing up. You could start here at $49 a month. You could go to like $199 a month, and then you could have like a high ticket where maybe they pay you like $5,000 a year. And just think about that. If you got 2 clients at $5,000 a year, I mean, that's the strategy I would take on that. So let me see what you got here. My main skills are in the content and media buying. That's why I want to do school growth operating. And here in the Arabs market, low ticket works really well. Yeah, but there's money everywhere, man. And I'm telling you, you're better off to, number one, own your own thing, number one, okay? But the second is, why not find somebody that you can just work with, and they can pay you, let's say, $2,000 a month, and then you only have to get 5 customers. And if you actually know how to do media buying, and you actually know how to do content, you'd actually work less. You could just get a couple clients. You could even go after a bigger client and just get $10,000 a month from one client. And then as you're doing that, you're able to then show people the results that you're getting somebody. And then you can really go to the, masses and like show teachers how to do this and charge, a monthly. It's usually how it goes, right? It starts out where you're doing like a service, and then you go to, done with you, and then you can do it yourself. And so it's like you charge big money to do it for them, and then you can charge a little. It'll be a little bit less here, but it's more of a recurring. And then here it's even less money, but it's recurring. But you have a higher volume. You can actually help people. Does that make sense? Like, I don't see why you wouldn't just own your own school and then go after it that way. Because let's say, to your point, let's just say, okay, let me open another little thing here. To your point, if low ticket works really well, why not, again, own your own school, show people how to do media buying, okay? You're going to show them how to do media buying, and then you're going to show them how to do content, okay? And if it does work out low ticket, why not charge, anywhere from $49 to, let's say, $99 a month. And then you could do a hybrid model where you're doing, it's like a done with you and a do it yourself. And then you have control of everything. Does that make sense, man? Because that's going to be the thing that really will work for you the best, I think. Trying to make 10 grand a month off of things that are charging $70 a year. How's that going to make sense, right? Like, how are you going to get that to happen? You know? Totally right, Mike. Thanks for the value. I just discovered your channel lately, and man, you rock. Appreciate it, man. Listen, don't underestimate your value, and don't underestimate what you can do. You can go start a school, start out for $9 a month. That way you own the school. That's how much you have to pay school, right? And then from there, just charge a low ticket like this yourself and show people how to do this. You'll be able to help more people. You'll have control of the money. And like I said, you can stair step, right? Start out with this low ticket. And what will happen is when you start here, okay, so this is where you're going to start. When you start there, here's the deal. These people that'll come in, they're like, oh, you're going to teach me media buying and content strategy here, for us, and pick a specific niche, okay? It starts out like big. You want to find a niche here in the middle. Like if this is like teachers, this is like teachers in your area, and this is like teachers in your area that teach this, right? Like come down, niche down, but they'll start here, and you know what's going to happen is they're going to be like, I want more help. And you can say, well, I can help you more. It's $199 a month. They're like, well, I want you to just do it for me. You can be like, well, if you want that, it's $3,000 a month. And you'll very quickly, with 3 clients at this rate, you're at $9 grand a month, and you're just helping 3 people. You're just focusing on 3 people. And the results and the stuff that you get here, that you can bring back to these lower levels and show them what you're doing for your big clients up here, and you'll have way better outcomes. I get this. School Growth Operating from the Ghosts Operating Community by Ryan Duncan. Right on. Cool. Totally right. All right, man. Well, sweet. All right, well, let's get back into, if you got that dialed in, let's get back into what we're talking about here. Okay, so the last thing we talked about was the niche for fitness and health systems. The next one is self-publishing and audiobook income, okay? Get that kind of down where you guys can see it. So publishing.com, $1.4 million a year. Self-publishing, Skool, $16 million in 5 years. And Kindlepreneur is another one, $120 grand a month. So these are recent numbers. I went and just got all this stuff yesterday. I put this together to show you, what's actually working, what's actually happening, okay? Okay, so why this maps to Skool. So writers, okay, they want help, they want templates, editing, cover design, accountability, and a lot of them have no freaking clue how to use AI, okay? When the internet came out in 2004, when like Facebook came out, people had no clue how to use this stuff. I went from 2004 to like 2007. I started learning how to use it in those 3 years. And then I started going and doing that for companies. I was like, hey, I'll take pictures of your stuff. I'll take videos of you. We're going to put you on Facebook. So when people are driving around and looking for things and they look you up, you'll pop up in the search engines. You'll pop up on social media, and you're going to sell more stuff as a result of this. I didn't do ads for them. I didn't do funnels for them. I literally just put them on the internet. So what I'm trying to tell you here is the self-publishing and audiobook, you could either do it yourself, meaning you could teach something and you could self-publish these 2 things, and then you get the money for that. Or, as we've been talking about, you can help others understand how to self-publish and how to do audiobook, okay? I have a guy in my community. He self-published a book, and he helps people get money from the state and stuff like that with government contracts. He put a book on Amazon that he self-published, and he makes like 40, 50 grand a month from the leads that he gets from people buying that like I think his book's like, I don't know, I think it's less than $20. And I think he has some that are free. But people buy these books, they learn how to do government contracting, and then in the back of the book, in the middle of the book, he's got an ad. They can come to him, and then he teaches them how to. They'll work with him. They'll pay him a fee, a pretty good one, and he'll help them get the government contracts and do that whole thing. So it's basically keeping that mindset where you've got people where you can do it yourself, or you can show people. You can show people how to do it, right? It's pretty much what it is, okay? You can either, sell your own product, or you can teach people how to sell their product, okay, that kind of thing. Again, you can charge $49 a month for this. And I'll just tell you, on Skool, a good monthly price is like $49 a month to, like $300 a month. Any of that will work. This is like kind of like where and we'll talk about that here in the end, because I'm going to go over the top 3 niches I think you can do. But this is kind of like a good price for Skool here. But AI generated books, they're going to explode. But these AI generated books, you're using them as lead generators, right? But people need help with this stuff. Okay, people definitely need help with this stuff. The stream's current bit rate is lower than recommended. We recommend that you use the stream bit rate. Okay. I don't know what that is. Are you guys able to hear me okay? Is it cool? Everything good? Okay. Next one. So our next one is real estate digital media. Okay, real estate digital media. I think this one's huge. There's so many real estate companies out there that are small, or these like ma and pa like real estate companies. They do good, or real estate agents, they do good, but they have no idea how to properly do a photo of their thing that they're selling. They have no idea how to do video. They have no idea how to edit. They have no idea or don't have a drone. So you could get these things, or you could teach these things. Again, you could do it for them, or you could do it with them, or you can do it. You can teach them how to do it themselves. Okay. So again, it goes like this. Just keep this in mind. So you have done for you, then you have done with you, and then you have do it yourself. Okay. But I'm just showing you it starts here. Okay. So it's like the evolution of it is this. The evolution goes like this, but as far as like what you charge, it goes this way. Okay. So here you can charge big money for done for you. Done with you is just a little bit less, but it's usually recurring. And then this is less, but it's recurring. Let's put recurring by these. Okay. They can all be recurring, but just remember, that's all there is. And I think the biggest thing to remember with all of this is you're basically just setting up a school. You're putting a price on it, and then you're telling people about it, and then you're helping them, and that cycle continues. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. Okay? Super, super simple. People overcomplicate the crap out of this. Okay, so full-time filmmaker, multi-7 figures. Niche RE media training, 10 grand monthly. Local RE pros, real estate pros, constantly need better media. So you can do weekly editing drops. You can give them preset packs. You can show them workflow templates. You can give them client acquisition playbooks. You can charge them $49 a month. 205 members, you're at that 10K. Drone plus AI editing will 10x demand for media pros. The drones are getting better. The AI editing will speed things up. You can even put together a small little AI agent for them. You can create them custom GPTs that'll help them. But these people need help getting their stuff out there, bottom line. And if you help them do that, you can charge. Okay? If you guys have any questions about any of these, or any questions, whatever, just hit me in the chat. I'll be glad to help. Okay. So blogging and content sites. Okay, blogging and content sites is number 8. So these are sites that you're going to do just to help them generate leads and get it, take advantage of SEO. So Create and Go, this company, 1.2 million a year doing this stuff. Authority Hacker, 7 and 8 figures doing this. Income Skool, okay, thousands of members at $449 per year. So it's a proven niche. You can do weekly content checks, so you can help them, show them, teach them. You can give them SEO templates. And there's also this new thing where it's like AI SEO, where you can show them how to show up in Perplexity, ChatGPT. There's a whole thing around this on how to actually do SEO to show up in AI, okay? Because, I don't know about you, but I talk to ChatGPT and Perplexity all the time, like constantly doing this. And, things show up in here. But how do you help these companies? How do you help these mom and pop shops, these brick and mortar companies? How do you get them to show up in here? You can charge a lot of money for that, okay? AI enhancement workflows. So you could charge $39 a month, and you could just show people how to do this. $39 a month is nothing, right? It's nothing to these companies. Okay. AI content makes it easier. So again, what you're trying to do is you're trying to create, at the end of the day, these content sites and these blogging sites using AI. Okay. You're basically helping them create lead generators, right? You're helping them show up. You're helping them, you could create a custom GPT for them in ChatGPT. You could charge for that, and then they could use it to get articles that they can post online that'll be SEO rich and helps them get a couple customers. If you do it for the right companies, you can charge quite a bit for this. If the company makes, let's say, their average customer pays them, 10 grand over a year, and you help them get 5 customers a year, that's 50 grand a year, and maybe they pay you 5 grand, right? So just think about that. 10 clients paying you 5 grand a year. Okay? The reason I'm telling you this is because if you can do this, you can make as much as you want. Okay? And if you can do this here, this can replace your 9-to-5 job. So the 9-to-5 job goes away. You get your time back, and then you can start to learn how to scale that. You can start to learn how to grow that. Okay? Does that make sense? Any other questions so far? Is this even helpful? Are you enjoying this? Like, is this stuff helpful for you? I just want to bring some value to you. I know a lot of people just don't know what to go into. They don't know what niche to get into. Okay. Next one, and this is my favorite one probably, is Skool community builders. So, micro community builders. So this here, to me, I think is huge. AI can't copy community. Okay? So if you want something to put a moat around a business, okay, this is definitely what they need to be building, which is community, and these people have no idea how to do it whatsoever. Okay? You keep giving massive value. Cool. So mission 5, community driven, 1.6 mil in under a year. One-man school community. This is that Nick Sari right here, this guy. Hit 300K, one-person business, just him, his community. He charges, last I looked, it was $183 a month. And he's got, well over 2,000 members. He's got low churn. And he's doing $335,000 a month as a school community builder, okay? He's just teaching people how to do AI automation. So this is where you teach in Skool, okay? You're going to use Skool. All of these can be done in Skool. Every single business I've talked about so far, you can do in Skool, okay? Every single one of these. Skool has all the business model capabilities now because they have tiered programs inside that access and features. So to me, I think if you can let's just look at your day like this. Okay. Let's say from 9, let's put some numbers on here so we can look. Let's say that at your job, you work from, I don't know, let's just say you work from 9 to 3, okay? So this is your job hours here, okay? So this is all job in here. You could work from 3 to 6, okay? You could work from 3 to 6 in here, and this could be on growing a school. And let's say that it took you, I don't know, let's just say it took you 2 years. Now, it happens a lot faster. It can happen faster, but I'm talking about, let's say it took you 2 years to get to, 1,000 people, and they just gave you, $3 a day, which is, $90 a month. Okay? So that's $1,095,000 a year. My question for you is, what do you have going on right now in your life that in the next 24 months, the next 2 years, that you'd be making over $100,000 a month? Or $90,000 a month. And those numbers might sound insane to you right now. Even if you worked from 9 to 6, if you put 2 really concentrated hours into your business every day on the right business building activities, you're going to crush it. Life will change, okay? You just focus on solving problems. But my point is, you could charge $59 a month, 170 members. Forget about this 1,000. Forget about the $90 a month. What if you just every day that you went to your job, okay? We're assuming that you don't like your job and you want more time freedom and you want to be able to make money when you're not working, okay? So if that's the case, I don't know what you're making at your job, but the average person doesn't make $10,000 a month, okay? The average person in the United States makes about $5,000 a month, okay? So to double that is a pretty big deal. And to be able to do that working, let's say, 3 to 4 hours a day, you just have to know the right activities to do. Think about that, okay? What if you just had to work from 9 to, let's say, 2 each day in the comfort of your own home or from the comfort of your laptop, and you were just helping people solve a simple problem, and you could double what you're making at your job? Would that be worth it, is the question I have for you. Because that's what it is. There's a massive waves of, I think Sam said yesterday, 2 days ago, he said that there's and I'm probably going to screw this up, but over 1,000 new Skool communities every week that are starting. So, I would get moving on this as quick as you can, but this is real stuff. I think it's one of the greatest opportunities. That's what we do at Make Once, right? We show people how to set these up. And like I said, let's not get in a rush here. Let's just think real life, okay? Do you have something that in the next 2 years, if you kept doing what you're currently doing right now, do you have something that in the next 2 years, if you just charged $59 a month to help somebody solve a simple problem, you actually cared, you actually helped them, but do you have something right now that's going to turn into $60,000 a month working, let's just say 4 hours a day? It doesn't even have to be all at once, but do you have something that's going to do that in the next 2 years? If not, I'm trying to tell you right now, you can take and tackle any of these problems that we've talked about, or any of these niches. This is number 9. You can go back and watch the replay of this, but what are you going to do that's going to do that? In your opinion, what is the best way to get members consistently? Because I've seen people literally putting their Skool link in the YouTube description and getting members. Well, yeah, that's what I did. My link's in the description of this. That's all I do. We just do organic content and we link people to our Skool. I mean, I'm doing this video right now as a form of marketing, right? Obviously, yes, I want to help people, but I'm doing this to help people find out about me too. I'm like, if I can provide them value here and show them that I'm a real person, then obviously, they would consider coming and learning how to build a school faster, easier, better, more fun, more effectively. And they would just get to this thing that I'm talking about much, much quicker. Okay. Again, I want you to really put your head around this, right? In the next 2 years, which are going to go by really fast. Okay. In the next 2 years, do you have something that is going to get you to, let's just keep it let's just not even be crazy here. Do you have something that's going to get you to 20 grand a month recurring, working, by the way, 2 to 4 hours a day? Would that not be what would you do if you could make that much money working 2 to 4 hours a day, helping people, not doing anything crazy, just helping people? Think about that. No funnel, man. Yeah, I know. No more click funnels. I know. I actually love this about it. Now, I will tell you here at the end, I'll show you what I'm going to, what my model is. And it's sort of like a funnel, but it's just way less tech. It's way less headache. It's all that stuff. Anybody could do this. My grandma could do this, okay? But I just want you to ask yourself, what do you have that could get you to 20 grand a month working 2 to 4 hours a day in the next 2 years? Because what we're talking about here is, cut it up however you want. You could be 1,000 people, okay, giving you $20 a month. It could be 500 people giving you $40 a month. It could be 250 people giving you $80 a month. I think you get the math here, right? It could be 125 people giving you $160 a month. So, we're talking about, there's 8 billion people on the planet. There's 5 billion people on the internet. And if you get 1,000 of them to give you $20 a month that you can help them with something, what? What? I mean, so insane. This isn't hypey or get rich quick either. I'm talking about 2 years, even 3 years. What do you have right now in place to get you there? Okay? All right. I'm not going to keep beating on that, but I am. Okay. Let's go to this next one here. So this one's interesting. AI-powered career upskilling. So you've got project management, data, design, or operations, kind of like what you were talking about, FundFrame. These things right here, product focused does 1.8 million a year. Maven Analytics, 7-figure run rate. Pragmatic Institute, tens of millions. Okay, what are they doing? Professionals need help integrating AI, learning AI, using AI. People need help just doing simple internet stuff. People still don't know how to do that. Okay, FundFrame says, dude, the one-man school community sounds so good. I think I'll do that. I've seen it in the video editing and in niche a lot. Yeah, there's tons of niches though. I mean, let me take something to a different level with you, okay? So let me take it to this level with you. I know this sounds kind of silly, but just stay with me here for a second, okay? Let me take a drink real quick, sorry. There are kids that will go set up a lemonade stand on a busy street corner, and they're going to make more money than a lot of people trying to start an online business. Now, because most people that try to start an online business don't make any money because they overcomplicate the crap out of things and they can't be consistent. Okay? Now, what we're talking about here with a school, think of it as like a digital lemonade stand. There's nothing crazy about what I'm talking about. There's nothing, heavy duty and blah, blah, blah. For God's sakes, you're just helping. Let's just say I'm going to do my next live stream, unless you guys suggest something different. But I'm going to do the next live stream over just, going through the concept of how simple this can really be. What if you just helped? Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying. Maybe you do. But have you seen those companies that set up Christmas lights? Like, they'll go around to neighborhoods and they'll put Christmas lights on houses, and then people pay them to do that, right? And they have to pay for the lights, blah blah blah. Okay. Those businesses have no idea how to use AI. Okay, maybe a couple. All right. They have no idea how to use, let's say, a funnel. They have no idea that they could build a community for all their Christmas lights people, put them in a community. Those people can meet each other in the same neighborhoods, which is cool. But the opportunity there, when you build a community of imagine, let's just say you're in XYZ city, and let's say that you have 200 Christmas lights clients, and you put all of them in a community where they can all interact with each other. And just think, you could sell them landscaping, and then you don't even have to do the landscaping. You could get somebody else to do it, and you just take a cut off of it. The point I'm getting at is this. All you have to do is set up a school for $9. Okay, you can start out for $9. Oh yeah, you can't even see the screen right now. But you set up a school for $9. You could have it for free. I'll show you the model I'm going to do here in a minute. But you could just get them in there for free, and you can connect with them. You can help them. You can provide tips. You can provide these things, and then you're going to hear these people talk about the problems they have. You're going to hear these people say, "Oh, I wish this, I wish that." They'll be talking to each other inside of the community, and you can overhear this, and you can be like, "Oh, wow, they keep talking about this. I could solve that problem for them." And then because of the way Skool is now, where you could have a free tier, and then a small, they charge a one-time or a monthly recurring, which I would do a recurring if you're going to be smart about it, and you could charge them $49 a month, okay, to help them with XYZ, give them access, give them resources, give them a weekly call, like these very simple things, okay. People need help with stuff. People just watch your own activity, things that you are going to literally say throughout this next year, all the things that you think about. Whenever you do a search on your phone, whenever you search something on YouTube, whenever you search something on anything, I want you to just try to keep a collection of that, try to keep track of that, because if you're doing that, there's thousands of other people doing that too. And in there lies an opportunity. Okay? So we overthink this crap. We completely overthink it. Okay? You're just helping somebody get from point A to point B. Okay? Let me go back to our screen here. Okay? You're just helping somebody get from point A to point B. No less, no more. That's it. You're just helping someone. Okay? Make sure you guys can see all this stuff. Okay, so let me get back to this. Again, here's that price point, $99 a month. 101 members is $10K. People will look for career safety nets. Okay? If you work for, I look out this window here at these huge tall buildings out here, right? These high-rise buildings that we're in. This one right over here to the left of me over here, just right across, I was looking over there the other day, and it was like 9 at night, and there was a bunch of people still sitting in there on computers. Okay, I think what they do is like coding and stuff like that. But here's the thing: if those guys there, if you could help them upskill their career, maybe you know how to do coding, or maybe you don't know how to do coding, but maybe you find somebody that is good at coding that can come in and teach some things. And if you help that guy inside of that, okay, so let's say that there's 100 people that work there, but you help one of these people, okay, you help one of those people over here, you help them be maybe 50%, maybe you help them be 50% faster or better or more effective at coding, okay, because you brought in a coder that teaches tips, that guy is going to make more money at his career, and he's going to have a safety net. He's going to have more protection because he's got higher skills than the other guy. Okay, so that's what you helped them do. Everybody had the same skills over here. You upskilled him, and now he makes more money as a result of it. His life just got better. He tells his friends. Other people see this. You can talk about that result, and then the other people are like, oh, I want that too, okay? This building right here by itself has thousands of people that work in the damn thing, right? We're just talking about one building in one city in the whole United States. 100 people. Give you $99 a month, that's $10K. I guess my big thing that I'm trying to get at is I see people that are so smart. I see people that are so skilled. I see people that are so ambitious. I see people that have tons of talent, tons of drive, and they have no idea that this is available to them. They have no idea that they could start a school community and they can charge a small amount or get people in for free. And while they're at their job, while they're doing what they normally do, they could be building this thing up on the side it's better than having an investment. It's better than investing in the stock market. You're better off to just invest in your own school community. Find a topic that you are into, because there's billions of people now, and you could do this, okay? So these little AI-powered micro schools, teaching them skills, teaching them how to do what they do better. And again, the thing that I want you to remember is this, okay? Let's look at this on the screen here for a second, okay? If you wanted, let's say that you wanted to, we'll use coding because that's kind of a tough one for a lot of people. Fun Frame, he said, well, Mike, so the framework simply is learn a skill, teach the skill. Okay, so I'm glad you said that. So here's a model, okay? So model 1 is this. Okay, you ready? You can learn, and then you can teach. This is one model, okay? So you can learn, and then you can teach. You follow me so far? Well, Mike, if you choose not to make your own community, just help other people start their community, would you operate on a retainer or on revenue share? So with what you just said, what I would do is, you could do either one, man. I mean, either one of those is going to work. It just depends on, when you talk about revenue share, the problem you're going to get into is, in the beginning anyhow, unless it's an established one, that's another thing. But if it's not established, revenue share, they're probably not in a position to share any revenue, maybe. Or maybe they are. Okay, it just depends. And revenue share is good because then it's like your money depends on how much money you make them. So they like that a lot of times, okay? But I would say an easier, more simple way to do it, especially if you're new as well, is just have them pay you a monthly fee, and that's it, okay? Or have them pay you, and that's it. And get your work in there, get some results, get some stuff that you can show people. But hear me on this, okay? Model 1 here, you can learn and teach, and then you can charge for that. Model 2, you can be the reporter, okay? Have you seen Think and Grow Rich? Okay, so you can basically gather data, you curate, and then you basically organize, and then you give them you basically save them all the time of figuring all this stuff out, and then you give them the resource, okay? So that's another model that you can charge for. Imagine I said this, hey, I went out and I, over the last 12 months, every month I've met with 3 people that know how to code, and I interviewed them for 1 hour. So I have 36, I have 36, if you're doing 3 hours, 36, I have 36 hours of coding, like top 10 tips, okay? I put them all inside of this Skool community. It's all from the greatest coders that I could find, And for $59 a month, you get access to that resource. And then I have one of those coders come in and teach a class once a week. So there's the reporter style. Model 2 is something that would work for me. Yeah, it can work for anybody. Okay? Think and Grow Rich did this. He wrote a book about it. He went out and studied the most successful people, brought back all the findings, and then he put it in a book so that you and I could buy the book and get access to the findings. Perfect. You can do the same exact thing. Okay? You can do the same freaking thing. Okay. Model 3 is where you partner and then it's basically, you do your half. So I'm just going to say 50-50. Okay. It can be whatever cut you want, but basically you help them grow it, or you help them, market. Okay. Or you do the, let's say, service end of it, or you keep up with customer service or whatever. And then what they do is they have the value, right? Meaning they're the expert, right? So masterclass online, that masterclass thing, this is a perfect example of that. So here's what they are. Masterclass, they're like, we're going to create this box here. We're going to create this box here where you can display all of your teachings. And then what they do is they go out and they get all these experts, right? And all these experts put their stuff in here, and then you could buy these courses. So masterclass, they would be this person, and then these people are this person, okay? Very simple. It's a very simple model. It's like, if we stick with our coding example, I could be like, I could know absolutely nothing about coding, but let's say that I know coding is a hot opportunity and it's something I'm interested in. Then what I could do is I could go out and I could find coders. The work I would have to do is to go talk to them and say, hey, I'm putting together a Skool community. I'm going to be charging, let's say I'm going to charge $199 a month, okay? Or you could do the tiers like we've talked about. Oh, you can't even see this. I'm going to charge $199 a month, and people are going to come to me because they want to learn how to do coding. I will give you X% of that. Okay, I'll partner with you. You provide the value of the coding, and I'll make sure that everything else is groovy. Okay, so you have this partner process. So you can learn, you can report, or you can partner. And there's more models than that, but these are like the key ones that like really work well. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. But you can start, like I said, low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket. You could just do one price and make it really good. The key here is that the dang thing needs to solve the problem. As long as whatever you're teaching actually, or whatever you're offering you have to honor the promise, right? That's the thing, okay? So like for instance, another thing just to keep this real simple for you, the only thing that makes this business thing work is this. You have to attract people, you have to convert them into customers, and then you have to deliver on the promise. If you do this really well, okay, if you do this really well, then meaning if you actually get people the results that they came for, they'll start talking, right? So this will speed up this flywheel. So let's say you're doing attraction, let's say you're doing organic YouTube. Okay, let's just play this out with me. You're doing organic YouTube, and then let's say you're going live like I'm doing right now. You're doing a long form piece of content, and you're cutting it up into shorts. You're driving people over here to Skool, okay? And at Skool, you could have the model that I'm going to show you that I'm going to be doing, okay, or that I'm doing, is they can join for free. And then they can pay, let's say $59, and then they can pay like $199. All right, this is a month, all right, per month. So they could come here for free, and when they come for free, here's what happens. You just converted them into, when they come for free, you converted them into a lead. And then what you do is when they're a lead, you can do a weekly I'll just put weekly workshop. Okay. On this weekly workshop, it's kind of like somewhat what we're doing here. It's, it's a, let's just say it's 90 minutes and you're covering a topic. You're taking them through something. You're going to teach them something. And then from there, they'll upgrade to here. And then from here, they'll upgrade to here, depending on what you're offering, whatever. So you just took them from YouTube out here. You attracted them. You converted them into a lead and then into a customer. And then once they come in here to your school, again, Skool again is where you're going to deliver. You're going to give them, let's say, the course or what they call a classroom. You'll get them on the calendar. So I do like what I do in Make Once, and I'm not selling you Make Once. I'm just telling you how we do it. We do a weekly call. So every Wednesday, I get on at 1 p.m. Central Time. They can ask questions. We can go through their stuff. I'm there to mentor them, help them, coach them, do all those things. And then you also have your community here where they can start to help each other, okay? If you do this good, okay, if you get them, if this process gets them from point A to point B, they will tell other people about it. And then what happens is when they tell other people about it, it just ramps this up even faster because now you have word of mouth working for you as well. 1 will get 2, 2 will get 4, 4 will get 8, 8 will get 16. Plus you have all of these things that are helping you as well. And then you just keep growing and you just stay steady and consistent with it. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, Model 2 is something that works for me. Let's see. Model 2 is simply being a synthesizer. Yep, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, this is synthesizer right here. Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. I'll get better at this little iPad thing. Do you guys like this style? Is this okay? I know I'm being kind of like bland in my speaking right now, but do you guys like these lives? I mean, would you want me to keep doing more of these? Has this been helpful for you? It would be cool if you show us how we can get more members consistently and just have multiple client acquisition channels. Yeah, well, the thing that I want you to do is I want you to think really small and focused. Not think small, but in a way, yeah, like think small and focused. So let me bring up another thing here. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do if you're going to do this. This is what people get into right away. This is a big problem they run into right away. Okay, here's what happens. You have so much energy per day. Okay, let's say that these are all little energy units. Okay, so let's say that you have 8 units of energy each day. People are they want all these multiple acquisition channels, multiple products. Okay, let me redo this here. So, they got all these lead magnets. They got these offers out there. They've got these different products. They're on, Twitter and TikTok and YouTube and they're going in all these directions. And it's like each one of these directions gets 1 unit of your life. Okay, so you're trying to make. You're going in all these different directions, doing all this stuff, and your focus is spread out like a flashlight, right? What you want to do is you want to find one thing that you know is good, and you want to put all 8 units into that one thing, okay? You will fly past everybody else. You just need one offer. You need one process, one social media platform, one school. That's it. And then when you get to a place where you're making more money than you know what to do with, or when you get to a place where you are doing really, really well and it's repeatable, it's consistent, and it's coming in, then you're going to crush it. Okay? You need one YouTube channel. Okay? You need one product. Okay? You need one school. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. You just need to focus. This is the people's biggest problem. That's why it doesn't happen for them. You need focus and you need to be consistent. And you can't be consistent when you're doing all these other things because you're going to get derailed. You gotta simplify. You gotta simplify. Yes, keep teaching this, please. Okay. So, good. I'm glad you dig it. Yeah, and if you have other topics that you want me to share with you, please let me know. But again, this right here is the biggest thing in the world. Like, you could be bad at content, but if you do it consistently, you're going to get there, okay? You could be terrible at a lot of things, but if you do it consistently, you'll beat just about everybody because everybody quits. Everybody gets distracted, right? Everybody's doing this over here. They're watching a million different people on YouTube. They're trying a million different types of offers, all of these crazy things, and it's completely unnecessary, 100% unnecessary. All you need is one YouTube channel, one product, one school, and if you just focus on this, you can solve your money problems, and then at most cases, you'll want to then start solving your time problems. If you come to make once, we will help you do both, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, let's continue on here. I think we've got one more, and then I'm going to share some stuff with you here, okay? So let's go here. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the top 3 micro niches, whatever the hell, for beginners, okay? And here's how I ranked them, okay? So I just want to show you how I ranked them. And these are best to get to this 10K MRR, okay? So I ranked them by lowest skill required, fastest to validate, the lowest cost to start, highest retention, most school friendly to start. They have the best YouTube discoverability. They have the strongest proof for monthly recurring revenue. They're the most future-proof heading into 2026. And they're most aligned with what we teach inside of Make Once, which is how to use AI, Skool, and YouTube to create recurring income. Okay, so these are the 3 clearest paths. Now, any of the ones that I talked about today will work, and any of the stuff that we talked about today will work. Okay, I promise. Okay, I actually do this stuff all day long, every day. That's all I do. I've been doing this stuff since 2007. Okay, so, and we've won the Skool games twice. Okay, so I'm not coming here like, I'm not just making shit up here. This is like real stuff, okay? All right. So this first one here, make sure you can see that, is the AI automations thing. All right. To me, this is probably one of the single biggest opportunities going into 2026. It's pretty obvious why. You know, people need to know how to use AI, period. Okay? They don't know how. They don't know how to use it. Okay? So, obviously, AI is exploding. Okay? We're right here. AI is exploding. Businesses need speed and automation. Solopreneurs can't figure it out by themselves. So there's a lot of people that don't know how to use it. Okay? You don't need to be an expert. You can curate on this. You can organize. You can demonstrate. You can get somebody, kind of like we just talked about, right? We talked about those 3 different models. So FunFrame says, can you share with us how did you grow Make Once from scratch? Yeah, I can do that. And then Tanya says, can I start Skool with $9? One at the beginning and then upgrade as we get clients, pros and cons. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. I suggest that you do that, okay? Let me finish through this and then I'll cover both of those questions here at the end. If you have any other questions, put them there. Put them down in the chat for me, please. I'll answer all your questions before I get off of here. So people pay for simplicity, not theory. So proof that it works. So that's another reason why I say this is one of the top 3 to do. There's already automation agencies out there making this kind of money. There's a lot of them. You can go find them. They're all over the place. AI boot camps. So people, how do I use AI? They're regularly selling for $497 to $2,000 per class. Okay, per class. AI helpers. So the niche projected as top B2B growth category for 2026. Okay, so this is I went to Perplexity, I went to Claude, I went to Gemini, I went to ChatGPT, and all of them projected this to be the biggest category in 2020. Why do you think that we're doing? That's what we teach is AI, Skool, and YouTube to make recurring income. Okay. Inside of Make Once, we go over a lot of this stuff. Like we show a lot. Okay. So school creators in this space, like I said, hitting anywhere from 30 grand to 300 grand a month. So again, that's the proof why I'm choosing that. The other thing here is why this is perfect for Skool. So why is it perfect for Skool? Number one, you can do weekly automation drops. Just show people how to use the damn thing. Like show them how to automate with it. Show them how to use make.com. Okay, so there's make, okay, there's N8N, there's Zapier, there's a ton of them, okay? And these are just, and this isn't even like the main thing, right? It's just, this is gonna help people automate. Automation's a big thing, but the other thing too is just using AI in general, how to do it. So you can do template libraries, pre-build a bunch of stuff for them, okay? You can do live build with me sessions, all right? We do that a lot. You can do these accountability loops where you're holding them accountable. A lot of people just need that. They just need somebody to help them stay on task. Like, think about yourself. How many times have you tried to do what you're doing and you've gotten distracted and pulled in all these different directions and you're not making any ground because you keep getting distracted? Then you're starting over. You're getting another idea. Then is this a good idea or not? Can I do this? Then you're starting over. And that's inconsistent. And that's what kills a lot of people. And then you can chart, tools change every month. So, this is huge for retention because they're going to stay with you so that they can learn about the new tools. What changed, what got better. All right. So, can you guys tell me down in the comments for me? Is the microphone and the screen, is everything coming through clear? Like, is everything good? Just want to make sure for future if I need to fix this or not. Okay. The other thing is a great starter price. Yes. Thank you so much, Tanya. So a great starter price for this is $99 a month. Okay. 100 members, you're at $9,900 a month. And all you have to do is just master AI. Okay. And then show. Or like we said, the other way you could do this is you can go find people that are already experts at this and you can bring them into the community. Okay? There's a lot of ways to skin this cat. I don't know I don't know where that term came from, but I've never skinned a cat or seen it done, thankfully. But here's the other beginner verdict here. It requires zero coding. You don't have to have any credentials, and it's 100% pure leverage. And I should add another one here. It's very, very high profit. And another one is it's got low time investment and low money to get started. Okay, so this is just a great opportunity. AI and automations and AI automations together. Okay, and it doesn't need to just be for solopreneurs. It can be for people. It can be for biz. Okay, it can be for both. All right, thank you, Fun Frame. You guys have been great too, by the way. I appreciate it. This is the first live stream I've done in a long time, so I'm enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, so let's look at the next one here. So the next one, and we talked about this one, the next one is short form, and I'm going to also put long form. You know, I should actually, if I really wanted to, you know, make this, let's just go like this and put video content systems for local service professionals, or it doesn't have to be local service pros, just businesses in general, because that's like one of the biggest struggles. We have big communities, right? Like one of the communities is almost 60,000 people. We've got another one that's got over 100. Another one's got almost 500. Another one's got another couple hundred in it. But people are paying us $5,000 a month, or $1,000 a month, $10,000 a year. The other one is $5,000 a year, or $599 a month. The other one's $59 a month, and then we've got several others that are, you know, $97 a month, $27 a month. Okay. But we've got a team, we've got people now, okay? So don't be thinking you need to do that. Remember what I said, one community, you know, one school group, one problem that you're solving, one YouTube channel, one focus, just the power of one. And then when you get to a place where you can have consistency of everything, then you can decide what you want to do. But in most cases, just make your dang product as good as it can be, and you'll crush it. Okay. So video content systems for local, you know, for local service pros. So basically, you're going to do the thinking, they're going to do the buying. Okay. So, or you're going to do the thinking, they're going to do the act, or you can help them with that too. But one thing is, local businesses hate marketing. I think most people do, but it's undeniable. You have to do it. The other thing is they don't understand content in general. Okay, this is where I made my first big money, was doing this. I just helped these mom and pop. I worked with local liquor stores. I worked with car auction places. I worked with massage therapist places. I worked with little chiropractors and dentists. I worked with people that had little small hotel chains. I worked with people that, God, who did I all work with? My goodness. Antique stores, golf shops, small golf courses, you know, little local businesses, little restaurants, little, you know, jewelry stores. I went out and did that, right? And really got my chops there doing that. And this is still a huge opportunity, okay? They don't want to do it, and they will pay to skip the confusion and the work. Okay, if you can help them do this, this is a really powerful way to get your feet wet and just start making some money, okay? Here's the proof. Modern day agent, they're doing about $50K a month. Local pros are super massively underserved. Everybody's thinking online, and they're not thinking about these local people. These TikTok reels, shorts, all that stuff, insane organic reach, because we went from, you know, social media to interest media, meaning if you put out something nice, if you put out something that's interesting to people, it will get found. Before, it used to be like, oh, you got to have this big subscriber base, you got to have this whatever. That's gone now. Zero competition, teaching it at the micro niche level, okay? What if you just help small sandwich shops? And that would be my suggestion, is just pick one niche, one micro niche to help, okay? Like just help, small Pilates studios, just help small music studios. See, when I did mine, I did all kinds of different niches. Like I said, the liquor store, the golf course, massage therapist. The problem with that is you have to relearn all their processes. Like I had to learn all the liquor store processes, all the golf shop processes, all the massage therapist places. The smart thing that I should have done was just worked with liquor stores or just worked with golf pros, because then you can master that topic and you become, it's like Tiger Woods, golf, Michael Jordan, basketball, right? Andretti, formula, that's it. Like, don't one niche and then be a master at it. And again, I want you to also understand you don't have to be the expert. Okay, we talked about those 3 models. You can be the expert, you can be the reporter, or you can partner. Okay, so don't overthink it. It's not a big deal. Okay. Why is this perfect for Skool? Okay, so we're right here. You can do weekly content prompts. So now you can, prompts are a big deal. You can show people how to do this themselves. Like I said, there's all those models. There's do it yourself, done with you, done for you. Okay, there's all those models, but people need this stuff. You can give them swipe files. Again, when you're working with one niche, one company, it makes it so much easier to do this, okay? Because you're going to learn from all of them, and it's all going to be the same thing. So you can use, when you create something, you don't have to keep recreating it for all these different companies. You just create it for the one type of company, okay? Editing templates, simple, record post challenges. Like, you can, a lot of times, they need somebody to push them, okay? Just kind of like getting a, like a, what am I trying to think? A trainer, right? Like if you're getting a trainer. And then the retention type thing is insane because they need ongoing content. That's what I loved about this when I did it was, they needed to keep putting stuff out. Like it's an ongoing thing. So it works really good. I think just depending on how you're doing this, this is pretty inexpensive, but 127 members, you're at this. And then again, you can chop this up however you want. Okay. You could do half the members and then you could double, you could triple, you could quadruple this price. And then this just goes down at the same rate, right? You would chop this into 3 or 4 or whatever. Okay. Many times it's better to just, work with less people, but charge more. Okay. It allows you to focus better. You're not all over the place. But if you have just one topic that you cover, like one niche, then you won't be all over the place anyway, and you can scale it like this, okay? So the beginner verdict, we're right here. Super low skill involved. You can start with just your phone, and everybody wins really quickly with this. It's one thing about having an agency, you can win really fast, and there's a lot of different ways you can stair-step the thing, okay? Okay. So far so good. You guys been hanging out. Appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are digging it. These will get better too over time. I didn't promote this to my list. I didn't promote this to my community. I just said, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to go live. We're just going to do it. So it's good. Okay, let's just get wrapped up on this. This last one here is the Notion systems and templates, basically. Okay. So this one's the most beginner friendly. You don't need any expertise. People will buy anything that makes their life easier. Templates actually outperform courses 10-1. And when I say outperform, I'm talking about sales, but I'm not talking about profit because I don't want to say profit. I want to say, you could call it profit. Like, you may make more sales, but you're not going to get a lot of money per sale. So let's call it that, right? It outperforms at 10-1, but you're charging $20 versus $2,000. So, I would go for this before I would go for this. But I just wanted to have somebody that, zero tech, zero overhead, and you can sell these templates all day long, every day for people. And again, you want to get super niche specific. So you're making templates or tool-specific training for Pilates owners, studio owners, or woodworkers, or you're going to be very, very, very focused because that's where you can increase the price and you become an expert among just generalities, right? Like, you want to be specific over general because then you can ask for more money. Like when I worked with martial arts business owners, when I first started doing online courses, I tried to just teach people online marketing in general. Nobody even knew I existed. When I just did online showing martial arts business owners how to get more students, I was charging $6,000, $9,000 all day long. It was great. Okay. Okay. So Notion Mastery, they do 40 grand a month. Notion template sellers are easily hitting 10 grand a month. Tool training, making tons of money. Starter Story, like I said, they've got dozens of people on there that they've seen hitting some pretty big numbers there. Why it's cool for Skool, you got weekly template drops. You can do monthly system upgrades. You can do live build workshops. Members love step-by-step systems. You can start at $49 a month. There's that math again. It's easy, it's clean, low pressure. You can build it once and just keep selling it over and over and over again. All right, so let's re-look at those 3 things. Final rankings for beginners. Again, this is for beginners. So AI automations, video content and editing, selling templates. So fast way to get to the money, low barrier to create. High retention inside of Skool, extremely strong for 2026. Huge YouTube visibility. You can get on there and get found easy. Recurring revenues just embedded into the model because people just need to keep doing it. And the systems are very transferable. Okay, so it's very, very simple. Is it a good idea getting members just by running ads with zero organic content? No, that's not a great idea at all. I wouldn't even tell you to start that way. Like, don't start that way. You're gonna blow a lot of money. I would definitely prove it. If you can't get people organically to check you out. Now you can do some testing with ads and stuff, like some different ideas. But I used to run like 50, 60 grand a month on ads. And if you don't have a proven offer, if you can't get people to take action organically, you're gonna be toast. Okay, you'll blow your money fast. So. No, I wouldn't do that. By the way, please, can you share with us the PDF that you're going through right now? Thanks in advance. Yeah, I can do that. Let's see, the best way to do that. Yeah, I'm going to have like the free, my Skool, I'm going to have like, if you go to, basically it's skool.com/, make once. You can find this on my channel. It's just the link on my channel. But I'm going to have a free, you can join for free there. And then, it just goes up to $59, and then I'm going to do $199 a month. So, yeah, yeah. And then what I'll do for the free, when I do these lives, I'll have a section in there where you can get access to these, because I'm going to be doing these every week, these live streams once a week. They're going to be on Thursday at 11 a.m. Central Time. So I just wanted to jump in there today and do it. I wasn't prepared yesterday to do it. So, okay. So here's what I found, because my iPad's about to die and I got to get done. I got to get finished up here myself. 211. Wait, why are we? Let's see here. It's interesting. So what time is it? 2:12. That's interesting. Sorry, my watch was off. I was looking at this. I was like, what the heck? Okay. Will the replay of this live be on YouTube channel? Yes, it will be. Will be. Good question. Okay, so low ticket pricing we see is $29 to $59. Mid ticket was $80 to $149, and high ticket was $500 to $2,000 one time. Okay, so these were the average prices that we've seen that works best throughout all the things that I looked at. Okay, so let me say this. Most people, they want to start an online business, and if this live made things more clear for you, okay? So I'm getting ready to pitch you right now, all right? If you don't want to be pitched, you can jump off. But if this live made things clear for you, if one of these niches clicked for you, or one of these styles we talked about, if you finally feel like you can take action now, or you at least have a more clear understanding, then my product, my company, Make Once, it definitely is the right decision for you, okay? This is where you're going to learn how to build your own freedom machine like we talked about using AI, Skool, and YouTube. And you're going to learn how to build a system that grows while you live your life, okay? It's pretty awesome. When I get done with this, I'm actually going to go shopping at the mall. We're getting ready to go to the Dallas football game. It's in Vegas, so we're getting ready to go out there. We're going to meet our son out there and his girlfriend. You're going to have a system that compounds, so it just keeps building more momentum. And there's a lot of different streams of income with this type of business. And you're also going to have a system that you can repeat. So you're going to be able to do more and keep it moving like this. So if you want focus, if you want direction, if you want a community that's actually building this stuff and doing this stuff, again, Make Once is the right decision for you. Right now, you can get in at $59 a month before we raise the price, which is pretty dang cheap. That's less than $3 a day. The link is in the description. Please come join us, build your system, start your freedom path today. You just go right here. Okay. So I just wanted to show you what this looks like in here. So inside of here, you're going to get accountability. You're going to get live support. You're going to get step-by-step. You're going to get community. We've got this 5-phase. You'll start here, and then this is phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't even show you all the other stuff. I mean, we teach you AI, Pixelmator, 1 of 10, Google AI Studio, ChatGPT, and then you have a community in here. You can, all of our members can put their channels in here. You get 40% commission when you get in there because we have an affiliate program. We have our weekly ship thread that we do. So each week we put up a ship thread on Monday, and then I help you actually ship by shipping, like get stuff done, right? Like I help you get stuff done each week because that's the biggest problem. People join these programs and then they don't do anything. They buy the program, they don't show up. They buy the program, they don't go through it. So I'm just telling you, joining Make Once is the right move. You're going to be learning from somebody that does this stuff every day, all day. Okay, thanks, Mike, for the value. Thank you that you shared with us today. We'll definitely watch your upcoming lives. Cool, very cool. So, all right, any questions before we get off of here? I'll help you guys with any questions you have. So, yeah, any questions before we jump off? Any questions at all? I'll check in the chat here. If we don't have any questions, then we will get on out. Any questions? Thanks. Yep, Tanya, you're welcome. Thank you guys for kicking it with me here. Does anybody else have any other questions? I know there's not a ton of people on here. These things will grow over time, as things do, if you consistently do them. Yeah, any other questions? If not, we'll call it a day. We'll get out of here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, do that, because then you'll get a notification when I go live. Okay. Yep, the replay will be, it's going to be right here on the channel. Okay. And if you guys, listen, if you guys have any type of content that you want me to create in the future, like YouTube videos, long form YouTube videos, just go to any of my videos and just say, hey, Mike, can you create a video about this? I read all the comments. I go in there and personally, reply to you. It's not AI or somebody else. It's me. So anything that, anything that you want, let me know down in the comments. You can go over to Skool. You can connect with me there, and I'll be happy to help you. Okay. So it doesn't look like we got any questions. Thanks for the hearts, whoever's doing that. And we'll get on out of here. I appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next week, Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Time. Okay. Give me your questions so we can cover them on the call. All right. Talk to you guys later.